Welcome to the Windows Computer and Technology channel, and of course, this will update to what we talked about. PCs that are compatible with Windows 11 or not, and the fact that Windows 10 machines that won't be able to upgrade. So the Canalys numbers, we're at 250 million PCs. We know that Windows 10 machines are about at a billion right now. I find that number to be a little low. A lot of you have, given numbers out there of all sorts. I've been kind of going around and trying to find numbers that would make sense as to, what percentage of PCs are capable of running Windows 11. In those numbers, it seems that a fair and good number would be around 40 to 45%. So that means that half of the PCs out there are capable of going to Windows 11 already, even on Windows 10. They're not going for some reason. A lot of it has to do with, and I'll say it again, most people, when they change operating system, usually change with a new PC. Only us enthusiasts actually go to a new operating system from an old one because we want to see it, we're curious, and it's kind of fun for us to do so. But that's, a small number of people out there. The few things I want to address, because there's a lot of comments, and it's interesting to read what you guys have to say. Well, first of all, a lot of people are like, oh, well, this is the time when Linux is going to shine. Well, it can't, because, once again, the majority of people don't like change, and Linux is a big change for a lot of people, even if you don't understand it, because a lot of enthusiasts or a lot of people that was like, well, I moved to Linux Mint or whatever, and it's easy. Yeah, it's easy for you. It's not for the majority of people. The other thing is, because of the software you use or the hardware we use, a majority of people can't move to Linux. It doesn't work. There are equivalent to some apps, but the equivalent is never 100%. It's never what we need. So depending on what you do, very few people will actually move on to Linux from, their PC that's outdated at some point. We know that we'll have 3 years of extended support. That will be a paid support, and I suspect a lot of people will be paying that. A lot more than we think. I see a lot of people saying, well, no one's going to do that. You'll be surprised at the number of people that are going to get that pop-up at some point, because there will be a pop-up for sure. Microsoft will make sure that we see, that your end of support. But if you pay this amount per year, you'll continue using Windows 10. And I can tell you a lot of people are going to pay it if it's not a high fee. Now, one of the things that you got to remember again is that about 50 to 60% of PCs are capable of moving on. So there will still be a lot of people moving on, but it does mean there's, hundreds of millions of PCs that definitely will become eWaste, and that is a huge issue, a huge problem. So what is going to happen there, once again, is that a lot of people move on to a new system because they simply buy a new PC, but that means their old PC is going to be a problem. I would guess that some will move on. Some of you have said you would do that. Some of you will move on to, say, Windows 11 on the unsupported PC by, using the tricks that we have to do so. There is going to probably be a way for some, more advanced users also. Windows 7, some did that, is that the extended updates, some found a way to install them on a regular PC without, by bypassing basically the subscription stuff. And I would guess somebody somewhere will probably be finding tricks to do that. But it's interesting. Once again, we're getting into this area where there's never been so many PCs and capable of actually moving on. And today we're talking more about e-waste, and e-waste is a huge issue even on smartphones. People don't talk much about smartphones and the huge problems it causes in the landfills. We'll see what happens with that in the near future, and we'll move on. We'll buy a new PC. Once again, we still have 2 years. I see a lot of people is like, oh, minimum requirements should be changed on Windows 11. Thing is, when Windows 10 is going to end in 2025, PCs that are not compatible, that are unsupported, are actually pretty old PCs now. And I get all of these people saying, "Well, I just bought a $2,000 system that doesn't have the requirement." I'm sorry, but if you bought a expensive PC that doesn't have minimum requirements, you actually got screwed, because there's no reason for even a $500 PC to not be compatible with Windows 11 as of today. You're buying old tech, and you got screwed by somebody that's selling you old technology, which shouldn't be. So we'll see it for the future of all of this. And for those asking again and again about unsupported, what unsupported hardware works, with the tricks. Look, pretty much every PC that is a 64-bit PC pretty much works with the bypass on Windows 11. Once again, I got a more than 10-year-old Toshiba laptop here, Core i5, which is I believe, fifth or even older generation PC. So maybe third. I think it's a third or fourth generation of Intel. So it's an old PC, but Windows 11 works fine on it, and it's as fast as Windows 10 was. And so it's going to be interesting to see what percentage does what exactly when we get to the end. But definitely, it is a huge problem for the e-waste that it can create. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.